Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. This is a deemed university which has been in existence for the last 10 years as a deemed university, which is a category 2 institution and has a very good ranking in the NIRF, which is in the 100 to 150 bracket. So I'm happy to take over the reins of as the Vice Chancellor of this university after my tenure in the founding Vice Chancellor of the Kerala Technological University and the Member Secretary of the All India Council for Technical Education. So this is a new experience for me to interact with a new set of students, faculty. We have about 8,000 students and 400 faculty. But today we have certain challenges in imparting education to the students. See, the students are really not interested in sitting and listening to the lectures. I put it as boring lectures by the faculty. Because students feel that way. So how do you make the student to sit in the class is the real challenge. I just wanted to quote what the students of the first year aeronautical engineering has achieved. They have developed a nano satellite which weighs 33.6 grams, which is the least weighing satellite in the world, developed so far in the world today. That was a competition by NASA, and this is being launched to an orbit of about 70 kilometers above mean sea level by NASA very soon. I mean, it's all in its process. So the students were motivated. They are able to be a creative thinker. So how do you build this kind of thing, instill that creativity among students is the challenge or the task which the teacher has to do it, for which we have got to change the curriculum. We have got to change the teaching learning process, which I have already started doing it here. We have revised the curriculum for the engineering of this university from this year, which is basically focused, or the philosophy is project-based learning. I would call it otherwise do engineering. In the classroom, you have got to convert it as a laboratory. Every classroom has to be converted as a laboratory rather than where something which the teacher tells and the students sit down and then produces it in the examination by mugging it up. This has to got completely to be changed. So this process we are on, so that we will be able to produce engineers which are required for the industry by the industries, and they have to really do such kind of innovative projects and then slowly move to become a startup or an entrepreneur. That is the need of the hour. Otherwise, we cannot improve our GDP or improve our employability. See, we have to create employment. How do you create employment? Somebody has to provide the employment. So a student will have to create jobs by starting an entrepreneurship or a startup. We call it today a startup. No? So this is something which we have got to do it today. So every student, we have got to instill this interest. We have to motivate him by making him an entrepreneur. So this process which I have started here by revising the curriculum, we wanted to develop further into that is by promoting research. See, we have 14 centers of research here in this university. Today, we had a very big conference going on. Today, tomorrow, it's an international conference on robotics and robotics animation and all. See, this robotics center is able to develop. I think they have produced a booklet on non-destructive testing in Tamil. This will be of interest to you. A booklet has been prepared in Tamil language. So, non-destructive evaluation. This you should have a look into it. So this, our research we have to focus on the social needs, societal needs. What the society wants. We have to improve the working condition of the cleaners, sanitary workers. So how will you improvise them? By providing robots or technology assistance, so that their life will become easier and they will be happy to do the job. Today, they may not be able to do the job as happily as we do it in a white collar. So everybody, we have to probably, with the advent of the robotics, I think this blue collar, every blue collar will fade away, will vanish, and everybody will become white collar. So that should be the focus by which we have to develop the technology, so that everybody will be happy, everybody will be interested. So this we have to generate, we have to generate that interest in our students, so that everybody will become a creative thinker. How to instill that? So there's a great challenge which our teachers will have to focus. So that the teacher can develop only by doing research and collaborating with industries and try to solve their problems. So this we are now giving focus. So every teacher will have to go to one industry, find out their problems and how it can be solved and things like that. We have got to necessarily work it out and how best it can be done. So that also we are trying to address, so that every teacher will become a teacher, a consultant to an industry, a researcher, and an extension worker for solving the problems of the industry. So I think this is the focus which we are giving right at the moment, to develop the curriculum, change the attitude of the students, to make it interesting for the students, so that every student will become really useful for the industry and to the nation. There are certain things which are happening. For example, to facilitate the student to have learning to happen anywhere, anytime, we are trying to have the MOOC, Massive Open Online Courses, being given through the SWAYAM platform of the Government of India. But again, the acceptance by the teaching community, by the universities, is not happening. This is again which we have got to give importance. So that's why I'm trying to do it here, is that at least one course every semester or so should be made into a MOOC course, so that we find out how the student take it up, how the evaluation of that has to happen. So this is again another challenge which we are facing. New Higher Education Commission bill is concerned, you are abolishing UGC. So the first part is that UGC means University Grants Commission. So the purpose for which UGC is established, to disperse grants, is being taken away by the MHRD, and the new commission has no role in that. This is one point which the total teaching community or the academic community will object. The second point is that when the government says that more autonomy is given, really autonomy is not being given by putting a body, a new commission, which will be just like the AICT as a regulatory body. That is going to be a regulatory body, like AICT, which is not advisable. So more regulation comes. That's what I started this one with. I said 5 steps forward and 1 step forward and 5 steps backward.